The Economist is famous for making some of the cleanest, most recognizable charts in the industry, and today we are going to recreate one from scratch in about 10 minutes. One of my favorite ways to get really good at something is to copy the best first. By replacing high quality work, you start to understand the techniques, small design choices, and what makes a visualization stands out. Alright, first thing first, we need the data. I'm opening up Google and typing University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment. Let's open Federal Reserve Economic Data website. This appears to be the dataset we need as it follows the same trend. Rather than downloading the CSV, we will directly use its URL, so let's grab the link and load it using the pandas. To check how it looks, I run data frame head. It gives me first 5 lines. This looks good, but the column names aren't great, so let's fix that. Now the observation date is still a string, which isn't great for plotting. Let's convert it to an actual datetime format and then the value to numeric. Before we even touch matplotlib, we set up a dictionary of parameters because hardcoding values inside your plotting logic is a rookie move. You want to define the look and feel once and then reuse it everywhere. The title, subtitle, and source are just text elements we will add later on. Upon reviewing the Economist official brand guidelines, we found the precise hex red color, also known as Economist red. Fixed size set the figure dimension in inches, and we want a wide aspect ratio that matches the print magazine. Line width makes the line thick and noticeable. Grid settings keep it subtle so we can use a thinner line with some transparency. Font size, bigger for the title, smaller for the ticks, all in the place for aesthetics. Next, we import the libraries. Nothing fancy here. Matplotlib for plotting, mdates for handling date-based x-axis formatting, func formatter help with custom labels, patches for adding decorative elements. Then we create a figure and axis using PLT subplots. Then we plot the data, observation date for x-axis and value for y-axis. Color and line width come straight from our settings. To align our date range with the Economist chart, I'm using pandas between method, which is a boolean filter that checks if each value in the observation date column falls within the range from 2000 to 2024. This ensures we're only working with the relevant time frame. Then we move the y-axis ticks to the right, because this is what the Economist does. Set tick position to none, make the chart look cleaner. Y-grid is enabled, but faint. Then we set y-limit so the graph stays within 40 and 120. We remove left, top and right spines, only the bottom line remains. This is crucial for the Economist look. I am adding a baseline reference at 100 using AXH line, which draws a horizontal black line to highlight this key threshold in the chart. Here I am formatting y-axis labels to be right aligned using HA right, making them visually consistent with the Economist style. I'm also reducing the padding with pad -3 so the numbers sit closer to the chart for a cleaner look. For the x-axis I'm adjusting the tick label sizes to match our font settings, ensuring readability. Finally, I'm setting minor x-axis ticks with a shorter length to subtly indicate additional time intervals without overwhelming the chart. This function, year formatter, is a custom formatter for the x-axis that converts full year into a shorter 2-digit formats, except for the year 2000, which stays as 2000 for clarity. It first converts the tick position x into a datetime object using mdates num2date, extract year and then return either 2000 or the last 2 digits of the year. Now we need to format the x-axis to match required style. First I set major tick to appear every 2 years using mdate year locator 2, so the timeline doesn't feel overcrowded. Then I apply my custom year formatter with PLT func formatter, which ensures the label appear in a 2-digit format except for 2000, which stays as is. For minor ticks, I add year locator 1, so we still get a subtle 1-year interval for better readability. But here's the final touch. By default, the labels are slightly off, so I loop them through, shift them left by 0.1, and then set the alignment to the left. This tiny tweak makes the axis cleaner and more readable, just like in the original chart. Now we add the title, subtitle and source to complete the chart. The title goes on top in bold to grab attention, followed by the subtitle, which gives more context in a lighter font for contrast. At the bottom, we place the source information, making it slightly faded, so it's visible but not distracting. This keeps the layout clean, professional, and in line with the Economist style. To give the chart that signature Economist look, I'm adding a small red rectangle above the title. This is done using patched rectangle where I set the position, width and height to make it subtle but noticeable design element. The color comes from our setting to keep it consistent with the main line in the chart. By using transform trans figure, I ensure it stays fixed relative to the figure no matter how the axis scales. Finally, clip on false, make sure it doesn't get cut off. At the end, I'm setting explicit start and end dates to make sure the timelines perfectly align with the chart we're replicating. By converting the dates to datetime format and using set xlim, I ensure x-axis matches the original example exactly, keeping the visual presentation consistent and precise. And that's it. We've successfully replicated the Economist chart with a clean and professional look. We pulled the data directly from the source, formatted it properly, and applied a minimalistic design with aligned labels, key baseline, and the signature red accent. If you want to play around with the code, check out the notebook link in the description.